Hello everybody, this is my first Vblog. I'm Johnny, the author of this blog you're seeing, and this is an experiment I'm making just to see what else to put in the blog because I've been running out of ideas. Well, this is my home, and well, I better tell you something about myself. I am Argentinian. I am 22 years old, and I, as you may have noticed, study electronic engineering. Well, I start studying it because I love technology, especially things like robots, satellites, things related to space exploration mainly. I made my own robot this year. This is it. It's currently doesn't have any sensors, so I can't run it. It's like I tried to do something called the Drunken robot, which is a kind of random movement. Actually, it's random walk, and it's the Drunken walk, or the random robot, but I mix them both, and it's random robots. I don't have any footage to show you, but that is it. I don't know what else to say. I like reading. I've been reading things like The Hobbit, yeah, and Ray Charles' biography. That it's here, Ray Charles. I like jazz and metal. I actually like every kind of music, as long as it's not es cumbia or reggaeton and some kind of rap, especially those songs by those who heavily insult women. I don't like it. Actually, I'm also quite fond of Greek mythology and Greek and Roman history. I was reading earlier some things about the origins myth, the Greek origins myth, and about Pandora's box, which was actually a jar, not a box. It's kinda interesting because it's just a misspelling of the word. A misspelling of the word. Sorry, a mistranslation of the word that stick on time. The thing is that in the myth were written by Hesiod, I believe that's how it was pronounced, and he was very misogynist. He said that Pandora was especially evil because by staying she thought she will suck the man dry, you know, of his money, of his happiness, of his life, and she will never ever help his um, the man's hand in time of need. Yet, if the man didn't have a wife, it was also a problem because his possessions wouldn't go. He wouldn't have anyone to care for him when he gets older, and his possession will go to the state. And that's pretty sad. That's very pessimistic, especially everything Hesiod wrote about the Greek gods. It's pessimist, and this is especially misogynist. I believe he really hated women a lot. Or saw them as walking toys, which many Greek did by that time. But later, when we see the cult of Athena, of what's her name, Aphrodite and Artemis, it's clearly not general case. They were very powerful, independent woman, goddess. A little bit historical, but well, the other one who wrote a lot of Greek mythology, well, basically the two poems he wrote was Homer in the Iliad, which I believe I got it somewhere over here, but I am not in the mood of. I don't have time to look for it, and yet he never wrote anything about Pandora. The other one who wrote about Pandora were a bard whose works were lost in the mist of time, and Orpheus. Yes, he was real. He was, for those who don't know anything about Greek mythology or never saw Saint Seiya, Orpheus was a famous bard in Greece. Many myths grew about him. He was a poet who went down to the underworld, to Hades, to rescue Eurydice, and he was better than Hermes when playing, or Apollo playing the lyra. Yeah, it said that Hermes invented the lyra, but Orpheus mastered it, perfected it, actually. Well, Orpheus, he was. It said that he had actually existed, that he actually wrote a lot of poems, but they were lost in the mist of times too. So the only things that are left are those things wrote by the worshippers or fake myths, which are not complete. They are fragments. But it's kinda cool. All this thing about Greek mythology. It's kinda sad that movies like Wrath of the Titans really were loosely based, because if they were canonic, and if they were much better adapted version of the mythology, there would be much better movies. For example, the story of Jason and the Argonauts, who were in a quest to retrieve the golden flea. It's very interesting, yet sad. I don't know why. So I believe it's 10 minutes now, and I believe it was a good first post, the Vblog experiment. So goodbye and take care.